Hi there. We are now recounting the celebratory atmosphere during the holiday season of 75 years ago, heading into 1946. So sit back and enjoy how our characters are really having their best holiday season in years. And so we would like for you to have your best holiday season in many, many years this holiday season. Now, kick back, enjoy our two-part video series that is officially called Home for the Holidays. Although scheduled to work at the hotel, Rose decided to spend her happiest New Year's Eve in years with the family and friends. Asked to fill in for Mom, Esther also turned down the offer. She, too, wanted to be with family and friends, especially her husband. And since Mom and sisters were parting, Johnny accepted the invitations from the Santones. Still up, the Christmas tree sports new decorations, saying, Y prospero nuevo año. Everyone has eggnog in hand. The only thing different from last week is that Ambrose is dressed in crisp, new civvies, and Johnny knew to bring a bottle of rum for the nog. He smiles with his eyes open wide as he examines the table holding several Italian dishes and breads. Giovanni raises his cup of rum. To all my friends and family, I wish upon us for all life to be at its best as we go into 1946 without war. Ambrose agrees, adding, Bravo, bravo. The downstairs doorbell rings, seemingly on cue. La ciudad de los aquí de mi campaña, Mrs. Santoni tells her husband. The bell chimes again, seemingly louder. Let them ring, says his daughter. Giovanni Santoni pushes himself towards the exit. They can see our lights, and besides, in Natale, it's New Year's Eve. Well, hurry back. Bene. È Freddy indito, says Abra. Giovanni Santoni carefully makes his way down the steps to the bakery below. He thinks it's 0 degrees when he notices new snowfall behind the silhouette of a man at the front door. We are closed, he shouts. The chiming bell is replaced with a loud knocking. We are closed, Giovanni insists. Hearing a familiar voice, the silhouette speaks. Mi signore Santoni, ecce. Giovanni vaguely recognizes him. See? This is Giovanni Santoni. He steps closer to the door. This is my bakery. The front door lock pops open as he turns the handle. Back upstairs, Elsa washes dishes. Esther embraces her husband and presses her face into his chest. Rose and Abra visit. Johnny stares into the fire and takes a swig of his eggnog. Smacking his lips, he pours an extra shot into the glass from the side pocket. Elsa adjusts decorations on the tree. As they hear Mr. Santoni coming back up, they all move back towards the table. Arriving at the top of the steps, they see the amazement of Giovanni's face. Elsie, do you remember this fellow? He nods towards the tall, dressed man. Well, I'll be, says Elsie. Elsa seems stunned. She drops a dish, breaking it. But Abra Santoni welcomes their guest with open arms. Ah, bambino. All he can say is, ah, mama. Certain memories flash back to a year and a half when Giovanni and Abra, their daughter Elsa, and her amica Elsie, last saw this fellow. He was wearing a gray tunic with a large letter P on the back, which is the only way they saw him dressed. Now, they see a manicured young man with slick, jet black hair as he is welcomed. He takes off his ankle-length tan felt coat and shakes off the snow. Under the coat, he wears a tailored black suit with a gold-colored tie. His slacks have even sharp creases. His patient leather shoes reflect the Christmas lights on their patent leather. Mr. Santoni guides him into the room. For those who were not here, Genoa was a POW in the camp at the zoo. We worked him downstairs in the bakery when my back was not good. He has returned. Genoa is compelled to speak, obviously trying to minimize his accent. Grazie. During the war, the only experience I can smile to was the time I worked for Signori Santoni. All the other places they were sent, I dreamed of coming back here. He glances around the room. His smile grows as he spots Elsa in the kitchen. She smiles back. Giovanni then leads him further. Come, join the family and friends, he says. Genoa approaches Mrs. Santoni. The memory of her gracious treatment during the time means very much to me. He takes her hand and kisses it with a continental flair. She cannot hide her excitement. Genoa Dominici is welcome in our home, she tells all. Genoa turns to Elsie. La bella Elsie. Without a thought, he takes her hand in his and raises it to his lips. Elsie nearly loses her balance. You are as lovely as I remembered you, he says. After greeting everyone in the room, Genoa turns and approaches Elsa from across the room. Elsa finds herself stepping towards him as well. Genoa reaches her and holds out his arms to her, but changes his mind to simply hold out her hand. Without hesitation, he takes it. They both hold their touch as the room spins around them. After the glancing at the clock and the approaching midnight hour, Papa steps between the couple. We can finally sit and eat now. Elsa sees her friend's gaze locked on Genoa's eyes. She sidetracks attention away. We need another chair, she says before kicking her friend's foot. Let's sit, Genoa, between Elsa and me. As if remembering something, Genoa raises a single finger. Prego, un momento, por favore. He quickly steps down the stairs. While everyone waits at the table for his return, the sound of bottles clanking grows louder. Genoa Dominici soon stands at the top of the steps carrying a large box. With youthful zest, he places it on the table next to Giovanni. As you say in English, Happy New Year. He takes a bottle of wine from the straw-cushioned crate and hands it to Giovanni. These bottles are samples from my family cellar. My parents hid them. Now we are clear space for our first harvest since before the war. Genoa pulls out another bottle. From the Nebbiolo crepe, our best, Dominici Barolo, 1936, and he places it on the side table. You brought these bottles from Italia? Giovanni asks while studying the next bottle label. Dominici Chianti, 1936. Papa looks at another label. Dominici Cabernet Sauvignon, 1939, which I recommend for meals on beef and pasta. He pulls out the next bottle. Dominici Asti Pumante, 1938. Then the next, Dominici Caparello, 1940. Because of war, it was the last year of the grape till this year's harvest. It has been a long time since Abra Santoni has seen her husband so impressed. Also impressed is Ambrose. I love wine too, he says while reading a label. How did these survive? He offers his hand to Genoa. And again, I have New Mexico to thank for this wine. Papa told me the story how Negro soldiers from New Mexico, Buffalo soldiers, battled Nazis to save Papa and Mama and winery. I hear New Mexico, and I know must come back here. His eyes are glued to Elsa. I am grateful to New Mexico in many ways. As he shakes Ambrose's hand, Papa y Mama buried them in the cellar from Il Duce and the Nazis. Without comment, Mr. Santoni removes the cork from the best bottle of Barolo and pours himself a glass. All intently watch Papa Santoni, especially Genoa, sniff the cork, then taste and savor the wine, anxiously waiting for his review. "Ah, bravo, bravo," he says, pouring wine into each glass around the table. Giovanni raises his own glass. "Happy New Year to my friends, my family." He then drinks the wine down in one fell swoop as all follow suit. The clock ticks loudly into place at midnight. As Mama and Papa embrace, so do Rose, Johnny, and Elsie, Esther, and Ambrose wrap their arms around each other. Genoa stands over Elsa's chair but says nothing. She instinctively stands to slide into his respective arms, all allowing him to kiss her arms around his neck. Ambrose whispers to Esther, "This high tie works quick, doesn't he?" Thank you for celebrating with us the 75th anniversary of our boys coming home from World War II. You too can celebrate. Strongly thinking about giving away a copy of Elsie and Elsa for a holiday present? I will send it to you, autographed. Just visit www.Ronn2nsperea.com. I want to send an autographed copy to you.